Hi, welcome to another reading of Fortunately, The Milk by Neil Gaiman. Today, we're continuing our story. As you may remember, Dad has gone out for a carton of milk, a bottle of milk, I should say, for his children's breakfast, and he's had lots of adventures in trying to get back home. We've met aliens and pirates and a time-traveling dinosaur, and today we're going to meet something new. The time-traveling dinosaur, Professor Steg, has just pressed the button on his time machine, and here's what happens. The sky went dark. We were floating above a landscape of ominous towers and disquieting castles. It was not a friendly place. Bats flew across the sky in huge flocks, crowding out the waning moon. I don't like this place, I told the professor. I don't see why not, he said. It looks as if it would be very nice when the sun comes up. There was a loud flut, and where the bats had been fluttering, several pallid people were now standing. The man in front had a very bald head, and they all had sharp teeth. We are vampires, they said. What is this? Who are you? Answer us, or we will vivisect you. I'm Professor Steg, boomed the Stegosaurus. This is my assistant. We are on an important mission. I am trying to get back to the present. My assistant is trying to get home to the future for breakfast. At the word breakfast, all the vampires looked very excited. We have not had our breakfast, they told us. We normally have wiggly worms with orange juice on them. Orange juice makes worms even wigglier, like wandering spaghetti. But if we cannot eat worms, we will eat assistant or even roast professor. One of the vampires took out a fork and looked me up and down in a hungry sort of way. The baldest, most bulging-eyed, rattiest of the vampires said, What is this box? It is my finest invention, began Professor Steg proudly. But I interrupted. It's to keep sandwiches in, I said. Sandwiches? Said the vampire. Sandwiches, I said, with as much certainty as I could muster. We thought it was a time machine, said the head vampire with a sly, sharp smile, and we could use it to invade the world. Definitely sandwiches, I told him. What happens if I press this button then? Asked a lady vampire. She had long black hair that covered most of her face and peered out at the world with one suspicious eye. She pressed the button. We went forward 6 hours in time. See, said the professor happily, all this place needed to brighten it up was a little bit of sunshine. The head vampire said, What? And dissolved into a cloud of oily black smoke. And so did all his friends. Yes, I said, it is a nice place here after all, in the daylight. The professor tinkered with the jewels and the strings and the buttons, and then he said, I think I've got it. I think I've got it properly fine-tuned now. This next press should bring you back to your own time, place, and breakfast. But before the tip of his tail could touch the button, a voice said, I'll explain later. Fate of the world at stake. A hand grabbed, and the milk, which I had carried safely for so long, was gone. I turned in time to catch a glimpse of a fine-looking gentleman with his back to me, holding my milk, and then the hole in space through which he had reached was closed. My milk! He said he'd explain later, said the professor. I'd be inclined to believe him. The hole in space opened again, and a voice shouted, Catch! And the milk came rocketing through. Fortunately, the milk struck me in the stomach, and in clutching my hands to my belly, I caught the milk. There, said Professor, everything is back to normal. He did say he'd explain later, I pointed out, and that wasn't much of an explanation. But it's not later yet, said Professor Steg. It's still now. It won't be later until later. He was arranging pebbles and stones and strings on top of the time machine box. Final coordinates entered, he said, and then it's off to your house for breakfast. Does that mean that there is a stegosaurus in a hot air balloon outside? I asked my dad. There is not, he said, for reasons that will become apparent. I think that there should have been some nice vampires, said my sister wistfully. Nice and handsome. Misunderstood vampires. There were not, said my father. That's all for now. Thanks for reading along with us. Remember to check out your own copy of Fortunately the Milk. Just visit our website at newtonfalls.org and check out our eMedia site. Just by watching this video, you can enter our summer reading program, and you can do that by filling out the entry form that's linked below this video. Using that same form, you can enter for every single book you read this summer, so be sure to visit the form. We'll have another video for you soon, and thanks for playing along. I'm Miss Chrissy with the Newton Falls Public Library, and we'll see you later. Bye.